The biggest story of the week has centred on the Jockey Club, particularly the potential sale of Kempton Park. Chief Executive Jim Mullen has said the decision is now out of his hands following the revelation that Redrow holds an option to develop the site until at least 2028. This arrangement was first brought to light by Jack Keane in The Sun in June and has since been amplified by Jim Mullen's recent interviews, which have pushed the issue firmly into the public spotlight. Tom, you were vocal in your opposition to this back in 2017. How disappointing is it to see this saga resurface now?
Well, it's obviously very sad. It's very frustrating. It's sad it's taken this long. And it's very sad that it's out of racing's hands. I suppose the most frustrating thing is the whole structure that is in place in racing governance, is that these decisions are made without racing being able to play any part. Originally, when the decision was first announced, 8-9 years ago, I was very strong on the matter. But from commercial reasons, when you look through it, the numbers don't add up. But the problem with racing structure and the reasons why we've got into this is, it just seems to have more and more committees, more and more people involved. And the more people you get involved in that, it just leaves you being open to being influenced by idiots.
It is not a certainty, though, and the discussion is still ongoing. And as Tom flagged up, there are so many different parties involved. Now, we've got an exclusive statement from Spelthorne Council. Kempton Park was put forward by the owners in the council's call for sites exercise, approximately 2,500 dwellings, as part of the process of preparing a new local plan for Spelthorne. However, the council did not take the site forward as a proposed allocation site in the emerging local plan, largely because the site is strongly performing green belt and it plays an integral role in the wider strategic green belt. The recent government planning policy changes are not considered to affect this. Now, Mick, does that put it to bed?
No, it doesn't. But what I don't get here is we're 6 days away from the biggest day we can possibly have at Kempton with the King George, one of the greatest races that we run in the National Hunt calendar. Why, oh why, are we talking about Kempton being closed when we're all looking forward to what will be an epic race? It's a disgrace. We shouldn't be here. We shouldn't be talking about this. We should be talking about what is a great race.
And ticket sales are ahead and everybody's looking forward to it. Let's get the Jockey Club statement for you now. Kempton Park remains the subject of an option agreement signed in 2018. This gave a house builder the right to purchase the racecourse for a significant sum to be reinvested back into racing if they were to achieve planning consent to build on it. I think that is key. This option remains in place and expires in 2028 with a limited ability to extend if a planning application is under consideration at that point. Any residential development would be dependent on planning approval. And as that process has not yet started, the focus for Kempton Park continues to be on hosting racing, both for the next year and into the future. While our Group Chief Executive, Jim Mullen, outlined a number of investment plans for next year during his interview with ITV Racing last week, none of those are contingent on any development at Kempton Park. Tom, that is a very key line, I think, at the end of that statement.
Yeah, absolutely. There's certain things we've still got to go through, but I hope for the future of the sport and certainly for the future of jump racing that Kempton remains one of the jewels in our crown.
Let's get the statement from Redrow, who, of course, the builders who have the option on Kempton that expires in 2028. We have an agreement with the Jockey Club giving us the right to promote Kempton Park for development. And since this agreement was made, we have been reviewing whether the site or parts of it could assist with the delivery of much-needed housing in Surrey. We will share further updates in due course. I feel that the conversation around this has been absolutely catastrophic because of the emotion. We do not want to lose Kempton. But when you actually read the statements, is this going to be a reality?
Well, look, I think we'd all agree that the reality for everybody would be what they've done with Newbury. Have development, but also hold the racecourse. I think that's a win-win for a lot of people. And I think, is this a little bit of heading towards that way? If we go for all out, we've got no chance. But if I think we get a compromise, everybody will be a winner in this. And I think, for me, I think that is the responsible solution for this.
From the statements that we've read this morning, I would say that it's a long way off. And as you said, let's focus on enjoying Kempton for this Christmas. We did interview Jim Mullen. Ed spoke to him last week. And if you want to hear that full interview, do go to the ITV Racing YouTube channel.